good way to start off the hunting trip. You know what they say though, red sky in the morning, sailor's warning. And our weather's not gonna look like this. It's gonna look a lot like this. And actually today's a lot cooler in the low 50s than the rest of the week is as compared to the mid to high 60s. So it's gonna be tough hunting. So I don't know about tonight's sit. The rest of the week I'm going to a different area. I feel a lot better about that area. You can't pass up sitting in an area this pretty. So I'm gonna give tonight a go and then see what happens the rest of the week. I probably could have shot, but I was getting a little shaky. They're gonna try and get downwind of me, figure out what it was. Oh, I can still see one. Oh, it's a little spike. I don't want to shoot a spike. So, I was walking down this 2-track trying to find any kind of deer sign in here. I found a scrape, and then I started seeing these tracks, and I was like, man, those are some fresh looking tracks. I was just about to crest that hill, and I saw this brown body about 26 yards down the 2-track, and I was like, oh, I gotta knock up an arrow. I probably could have played that a little slower, probably could have got a shot off, but with that storm, probably 10 minutes away, no way did I want to make a bad shot and have to track in that storm. Actually, I think I hear raindrops starting now, so I gotta skiddly boop bop back to the car because I do not want to get soaked, and I do not want to get stuck out here when there's lightning, and there's a lot of lightning. Now, wouldn't it be nice if when you plan the trip months in advance, you can plan the weather too?
Well, since that's certainly not the case, you gotta make the best of what you can with what you got. 70 degrees and rain may not be ideal hunting, but it's great scouting. So 3 days and 30 miles later, I found out that the clear cuts were gonna be my best bet. Now, putting stalks on deer during archery season is a low odds kind of game. But when Mother Nature picks your arena for you, you just gotta play ball. So I used the rain and storms to find their high activity areas to be prepared for when the weather broke. And being outside reminded me of when I was a kid, hearing thunder and thinking that God was up in heaven bowling.
Golly, that was a long one. God's up there bowling. Got 3 cameras out. The rain's about to get heavier. Just marked saddle. About a half mile from here. I thought I was going to put one there, but there's a clear cut. I didn't want a clear cut. Mark a saddle. Trail camera. So I'm heading back to the car. With it getting heavier and thunder and stuff, I'm just going to go back to the house and actually start working on this video for you guys. So, I don't like this start, but this is where we are. Can't change the weather, can't change the deer pattern. Just got to be the best you can in these situations and try and figure it out. Well, it is day 4. We're supposed to get a lot of rain today, and I am still scouting. I don't know if that hit him. Well, that was freaking wild. I tried to get a range on him, but I couldn't. I know my rangefinder hit 40 once, but it didn't sound like it hit him. I gotta find my arrow in all this mess. Alright, so it was definitely a clean miss. I just walked to where he stopped. There wasn't any blood. I was just walking down this two-track, and I saw some tracks that looked fresh, so I cut in here. I cut in here before my wind got down to him, and then I bumped him just walking. Right about here. Oh, there's my arrow. Look at that. perfectly clean mess. He has no idea what happened. I'm glad I found this thing. Expensive. He might have been 40. I might have hit a little bit of debris and slowed my arrow down. It's just on the other side of that mound. Man, that'd have been cool if it worked though. You know, I almost didn't come back out here, but this is the first not rainy day we've had in a couple of days. We've gotten 3 inches of rain the past 3 days. And I hunted this morning. It was an absolute bust. The wind was a nightmare. So I got out, I had a late breakfast. I packed all my stuff up and I came out here to try it because this is the last day here. And man, am I glad I did that. I mean, I missed, but I'm not sitting on the couch. That's the important thing here. I'll have to try and watch this back. My knock didn't light up either. That kind of made it tough to find, but see if we can slow this down on the GoPro later and see where my shot went. I must have gone over him. Over or under. Not through him. That's right. He's not bumped too hard. He's not coming back this way tonight, but there's a chance I can get on that deer later if I can figure out where he's bedding at. But, I mean, it's a vast area. He could be anywhere. Oh, that was fun, though. Not on the couch. Okay, so from where my arrow hit to the log pile, that's 27. And that was probably just another 4 or 5 yards. Yeah, so he was 30 yards. I used my 40-yard pin. I was ranging back here. So he was actually, well, it doesn't matter. It's kind of hard to replay when you're on the ground and you're not even walking with an arrow knocked up because you're just looking at tracks on the ground. That was neat. It was so neat. I'm glad I didn't decide to be lazy today.
If I'll be completely honest with you, on the drive home from this trip, tag soup had left a bitter taste in my mouth. But then I realized a tag isn't an opportunity to kill something, it's an opportunity to test yourself against the elements and against something that doesn't want to be killed. You can't be bitter when effort is made every single day. Wet clothes and the need to wax a bowstring means that you put in the work. So I'll take my tag soup, spoon by spoon, knowing that each bite isn't made with laziness or reluctancy. Rather, it's been simmered with effort and dedication. We may be called hunters, but really, we are resilient. And most of all, we are persistent.